Hey there. Welcome to the Teams That Swear podcast. I'm Adrian Balarjan, author of Teams That Swear by Each Other, Not About Each Other. I believe the strength of any organization comes down to one thing: how well its people work together, and especially how their leadership team works as a group. Now, if you're looking for genuine strategies that actually work, you've come to the right place. This podcast is about cutting through the noise, getting to the heart of what makes teams tick, and giving you tools that you can use today.
Now, today's episode is short, sharp, and it's probably going to sting a little bit. If your leadership team isn't clicking, if things feel a little bit tense, messy, or just plain frustrating, and you find yourself thinking, man, we should be better than this, this one's for you. Let's talk about what it really takes to shift team dynamics and what doesn't. Here's the blunt truth. If your team's dynamics are off, it's not just your team's fault, it's yours too. Now, before you hit pause or skip, hear me out. I'm not saying you caused all of it, but you are the thermostat. Your team reflects the tone you set, the behavior you allow, the standards you reinforce or don't. You know what doesn't fix your team dynamics? Posting a vision statement, another team offsite where nothing changes, or a leadership quote on a coffee mug. That's not leadership, that's theater. Now, recently I was chatting with a senior executive who felt the pressure. His team wasn't working well together. There was tension, avoidance, and there were a few strong personalities that were really controlling the room. And as we went through our talk, he paused and he said, I need to think about what I can own here before I respond. That moment, that wasn't weakness. Him pausing or saying, I actually don't know what to do, so I'm not going to respond yet. That was leadership. It wasn't a speech. It wasn't a fix. It was just a clear signal that he was ready to lead differently. And that's where better dynamics begin. Now, let's be clear here. It's not always fun. It can be uncomfortable. But when you ignore it, it becomes unsustainable. Now, let me guess. Some of this is going to sound familiar. Two people dominating every meeting. Others checking out. Somebody cracks a joke at someone else's expense. Nobody says a word, but you can feel the trust fading away. And at the end, even though you know it's not true, you kind of pretend it all went fine and you just move on. Now, this isn't a vibe issue. This is dysfunction dressed as this is just how we work. And the reality is it's costing you. Teams with strong dynamics outperform others by 3 times, as reported by McKinsey. MIT Sloan showed that 73% of people who see poor behavior at work plan to leave. In a recent Gallup poll, only 1 in 4 employees say their leader communicates clearly. So if trust is low, if everyone's quiet, the energy is down, or good people are walking out the door, this is why. Now, you don't need to blow it all up, but you need to lead differently. And here's where you start. 1, own it. Even if you didn't create this mess, you're responsible for cleaning it up. 2, draw the line. Get clear on what's okay and what's not. Be specific. Don't assume your team just knows what better looks like. Step number 3, show up in the hard moments. You earn trust when it's awkward, not when it's easy. And the 4th tip, use help that works. A single workshop won't fix everything, but it can shift the direction. That's what I use Teams That Swear for. And that's what other leaders use it for. Workshops, coaching, support that helps your team have the real conversations. Not the fake ones where everyone nods, then complains later. Let me leave you with this. You can't delegate leadership. You can bring in someone like me to coach, facilitate, and guide, but the shift, that comes from what you reinforce between the sessions, in between every meeting, in between comments, in between every moment when it'd be easier to let things slide. Now, I hear from a lot of leaders that say they want better dynamics, but not all of them are willing to lead the change. But the ones who do, they don't wait. They go first, and they start now. Thanks for listening. If this hit a nerve, that's probably a good thing. Share the podcast. Play it for your team. Or better, use it to start the next conversation that you've been avoiding.
All right, that brings us to the end of this episode. Thanks for joining me on Teams That Swear. If today's conversation sparked a thought, a question, or maybe even a new perspective, hit subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And if you're ready to transform how your team works together, reach out. I'd love to help. Because teams that swear by each other and not about each other don't happen by chance. They happen with intentional, deliberate action, and the first step starts with you.